Did you know that the shocking death of Randy Rhoads, one of the greatest guitarists of all time, has remained clouded in mystery for over 4 decades? Fans of Ozzy Osbourne and rock history have long wondered what really happened on that fateful March day in 1982 when Randy's life was cut short at just 25 years old. Some blamed reckless behavior, others suspected hidden truths, and rumors swirled for years. But today, new details and re-examinations finally shed light on the chilling reality behind his tragic end, and it isn't good. Stay with us, because what you'll learn about Randy Rhoads' final moments will leave you heartbroken. Randy Rhoads was born in 1956 in Santa Monica, California, into a family deeply connected to music. His mother, a classically trained pianist and teacher, passed down her passion to Randy, who picked up the guitar at just 6 years old. Unlike many rock prodigies, Randy blended technical brilliance with soulful emotion, developing a style that was both virtuosic and deeply moving. By his teens, he was already leading the band Riot, captivating audiences with his precision and speed. But it wasn't until he joined Ozzy Osbourne's band in 1979 that Randy's career truly exploded. Ozzy, who had just left Black Sabbath, needed a guitarist who could reinvent his sound, and Randy delivered in ways no one expected. His work on Blizzard of Oz and Diary of a Madman set a new gold standard for metal guitarists. Fans and critics alike knew Randy was destined for immortality. Tragically, destiny had other plans. When Ozzy first heard Randy play, he reportedly said, "He's the best I've ever heard." Their partnership was electric, blending Ozzy's haunting vocals with Randy's innovative riffs and solos. Songs like Crazy Train and Mr. Crowley showcased Randy's genius, earning him a reputation as one of the greatest guitarists in history before he even turned 25. Yet behind the scenes, Randy was very different from the wild lifestyle that often defined Ozzy's band. While others indulged in drugs and chaos, Randy remained disciplined, focused, and dedicated to his craft. He saw music as art, not just entertainment. This stark contrast made his death all the more shocking, a man so careful and deliberate, gone in a way that seemed senseless. The tragedy unfolded in Leesburg, Florida, during a break on Ozzy's tour. The band stopped at the home of bus driver Andrew Aycock, who also happened to be a licensed pilot. Nearby sat a small Beechcraft Bonanza plane. Despite being exhausted from touring, Aycock suggested taking a few joyrides to entertain the crew. Randy, who had a deep fear of flying, reluctantly agreed to a short trip. It would be a decision that sealed his fate. The first flight seemed harmless enough, with band members taking turns in the passenger seat. But on the third flight, Randy boarded alongside Rachel Youngblood, the band's seamstress. Witnesses later recalled that Aycock seemed reckless, buzzing low over the tour bus in a dangerous stunt. It was during one of these passes that the unthinkable happened. The plane clipped the bus, spiraled out of control, and burst into flames, killing everyone inside instantly. The news spread like wildfire. Randy Rhoads, the young guitar god who had just begun reshaping rock music, was gone. Fans were stunned, unable to comprehend how such a disciplined, grounded musician could die in such a reckless accident. Ozzy Osbourne, devastated and broken, was inconsolable. He later admitted that Randy's death nearly destroyed him, sending him deeper into the spiral of addiction and despair. For the music world, Randy's death wasn't just the loss of a great guitarist. It was the loss of what could have been. Many believed he would have rivaled legends like Hendrix, Clapton, and Page had he lived. Instead, he became frozen in time, forever young, forever brilliant, forever gone too soon. The National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, launched an investigation into the crash. Their findings pointed to Aycock's reckless flying as the primary cause. Toxicology reports revealed traces of cocaine in his system, suggesting impaired judgment. Witnesses confirmed he had been performing low-altitude stunts, trying to buzz the tour bus where the rest of the band was sleeping. But while the official report labeled it an accident caused by poor decisions and drug use, many fans and insiders felt the truth was more complicated. Why did Randy, who feared flying, even agree to get on that plane? Why wasn't Aycock grounded despite a history of erratic behavior? And why were safety protocols so casually ignored? These unanswered questions fueled decades of speculation. Over the years, numerous theories have emerged. Some suggested that Aycock had a death wish or was trying to impress the crew with dangerous stunts. Others believed he was seeking revenge against his estranged wife, who happened to be on the tour bus at the time of the crash. This theory claimed that Aycock intentionally tried to crash into the bus, putting everyone's lives at risk. While these theories remain unproven, they highlight the disturbing truth: Randy's death wasn't just a tragic accident, but possibly the result of reckless selfishness. Whether it was drug-fueled bravado or something darker, the fact remains that 3 lives were lost because of one man's actions. The mystery may never be fully solved, but the implications are chilling. For Ozzy Osbourne, Randy's death was more than just the loss of a bandmate. It was the loss of a brother, a musical soulmate, and the brightest light in his career. Ozzy has spoken often about the crushing guilt he feels, admitting that he still dreams about Randy decades later. "Why did I let him get on that plane?" he once asked. It's a question with no answer, but one that has haunted him for more than 40 years. Ozzy's grief shaped the rest of his career. While he continued to perform and achieve success, a piece of him was forever broken. He often dedicates performances to Randy, ensuring that his memory lives on. Yet deep down, the tragedy serves as a constant reminder of how fragile life can be, and how quickly brilliance can be stolen away. Though Randy's career was tragically brief, his impact remains immeasurable. Guitarists from Zakk Wylde to Eddie Van Halen have praised his influence, citing his unique blend of classical technique and heavy metal innovation. His solos are still studied by musicians worldwide, his sound immortalized in the grooves of vinyl and the hearts of fans. In 2021, Randy Rhoads was posthumously inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a long overdue recognition of his genius. For fans, it was bittersweet, a celebration of his talent, but also a reminder of everything he could have achieved had he lived. His legacy is one of brilliance cut short, a flame extinguished just as it began to burn brightest. In recent years, fresh looks at the crash have painted an even darker picture. Aviation experts now argue that Aycock's actions weren't just reckless, they bordered on suicidal. With drugs in his system, a troubled personal life, and a history of poor judgment, he should never have been allowed near that plane. Some investigators even believe that Randy's final moments may have been filled with panic, realizing too late that he was trapped in a ride he never wanted to take. This chilling re-examination doesn't bring closure, it only deepens the heartbreak. It suggests that Randy's death was not just an accident of fate, but the preventable result of one man's recklessness. And that makes the tragedy even harder to bear. The mystery of Randy Rhoads' death may never be fully resolved, but the truth we do know is already devastating. A young genius, disciplined and careful, was stolen from the world not by drugs or excess, but by someone else's reckless choices. At just 25, Randy left behind a legacy greater than most achieve in a lifetime, but also a haunting reminder of what could have been. At the end of the day, Randy's tragedy isn't just about the crash, it's about the fragility of life. His story is a warning that even the brightest lights can be extinguished in an instant. And while fans continue to celebrate his music, the heartbreaking reality is that the mystery behind his death has finally been solved, and it isn't good.